Hello, I'm Carolyn Erickson, and I have the opportunity and pleasure to lead HR at Taylor Corporation. I am from a very small town in Minnesota, Randolph, Minnesota, about 500 people. I have two older sisters, and I became a mom very early and moved to Arizona and lived there 10 years and then came back to Minnesota. I really love the environment in our community here. Minnesota is a wonderful place to raise a family, and I really wanted my children to grow up in Minnesota and get to know their grandparents. I have two children of my own, and my husband and I are both were remarried, and so we have 4 children as a family now and 7 grandchildren. Family is a place to be yourself and to have trust and incredibly strong relationships, and you can really count on your family. I think being a grandmother is a significant part of who I am. At one of our granddaughter's birthday parties, we were the grandparents in the bouncy house while the other grandparents were sitting at the picnic tables talking. I just love to roll up my sleeves and play with them. It is such a great opportunity to kind of come back to what's really important. I hope that they always remember that Grandma was there to play, and Grandma was there for them regardless of what that is, emotionally and physically there for them. My hobbies are definitely travel, spending time with my family, and probably the one that I do every day is to exercise. So I think that personally, physical movement is incredibly important to the soul and to the mind and to the body. So exercise is probably my #1 hobby. I learned that I love to learn. I went to high school at Randolph, Minnesota. I ended up finishing high school in Arizona at Mountain View High School. Then became a mom, and I decided I wanted to be the first person in my family to get an advanced education. So it was perfect. There was a cute little community college that opened up just down the road from our home. And I started out there at Rio Salado Community College. Ended up, again, going to a non-traditional school and got my bachelor's degree in psychology at Ottawa University. And then when I moved back to Minnesota, I decided I wanted to continue my education. So I got my master's degree at Capella University. My work history, I started out at Tom Thumb in Northfield, Minnesota at 16. So working nights while I was going to high school during the day. Then when I moved to Arizona, I started out, at Burger King and flipping burgers and working at the cashier. I took some time off to be a mom. Then I think I started at a county assessor's office, being a title clerk, which was a very different culture and environment than I appreciate. It is not about customer service and caring for the person on the other side of literally the fence. I had the opportunity and the pleasure to start recruiting at General Electric IT Solutions, and I loved it. My focus there was recruiting until they had turnover, and the leader continued to ask me to take on more. And my role just continued to expand, and I really love the variety of human resources. I had the opportunity to work for an accounting firm that I loved the culture. They believed that people were their greatest asset, and they lived and breathed that every day. And so that was the culture where I feel like I really got my arms around HR and really knew that's what I wanted to do. It was a place that cared about people, and I think that was where I found my sweet spot. Taylor Corporation is a perfect fit for me. I love our size. I love that we're complex. I love that the opportunity to work with the leaders, to connect with the business, but really focused on how are we going to help our employees. To me, Taylor is a privately held company that lives its mission of creating opportunity and security for our employees. I get the opportunity to be in meetings with Glenn Taylor every week. And at each meeting, you will find that he circles back around, and how does this impact opportunity and security for employees? And that is rare. I want the leaders to feel like I need my partner, my HR partner at the table with me to help me make the right decision. For new employees, I really hope that they will take risks. I think that is incredibly important, and Taylor is the right company to do it. We are very supportive and collaborative, and I know in some cultures and environments that is not safe, but that is safe at Taylor. There are still not enough people for all the opportunities and the right skill set, right, at the right time. And how do you find those people? That is probably the greatest challenge that we face. And then, of course, the other great challenge is how do we retain people? What do we need to do differently to onboard people and to make them feel welcome and part of our culture? Because once you've been here for a bit of time, people typically stay. It is that less than 1 year, and how do we really rally around that person and help them be successful so that they will stay?